Hi everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author, and today I'm going to be going over what I've done over the last month, what I've achieved, and reviewing my goals that I set myself 2 months ago, as well as setting goals for the coming 2 months. As usual, we will split this into 3 categories: work, health and miscellaneous. So starting with work. I managed 20 chapters, 89 pages and 49,264 words in October, and I was very pleased with that. I started the final edits for Lights On and was able to send that off to my editor for November 1st. I also planned my next 2 books ready to start when I finish both Opaque and I'll See You Through during Nano. Which reminds me, I am doing Nano, but as I've said in an earlier video, which I will link up in the cards, I'm only trying to get to 45k as I'm still on the smaller chapter count, and I don't think I'll manage 50k, and I don't want to stress myself out too much. I had a few changes to my writing routine this month, in that I was starting to work earlier so that I could finish earlier as well. This made time for reading and catching up on YouTube and stuff, so that's a bonus. I've been trying to work out, talking of writing I'll See You Through, if it might need a sequel, but for the now I plan to leave it as a standalone, but I might come back to that later on. I am very much ready to jump into my next 2 projects. The first is a mystery thriller and the second is another paranormal romance, which I am super pumped about. I did my planning, which if you follow me on Instagram you will know consisted of making 2 chapter plans from my thought dump file and then making character cards. I only do the main characters and the basics, but I know that I will probably be making more characters as the books progress. Both of these projects have the possibility for a sequel and maybe even a series, but I'm going to see how things go and where they take me. I do love the discovery phase of drafting, and it speaks to my pantser roots. I've been starting to plan my releases for next year, as you'll have been aware from an earlier video, which I will link up in the cards. I've also been planning Authortube videos, blog posts and my Friday posts for the remainder of the year and the few months following that. In case you didn't know, I am a huge planner when it comes to my time, and so having all of these plans in place makes things a lot less stressful for me. It also means that I know what's expected of me for any given month, which is a huge help for my anxiety. In other awesome news, with the help of my talented friend Kim, I now have book trailers for both First Touch and Second Sight, with the plan to continue on and do all of the Dying Thought series as well as my other books. I will link them both down below in the description, and you can check them out because they are amazing. Kim composed the music and she did an awesome job. The voiceovers were all done by Miss D, and so we spent a day or 2 in half term recording the rest of them. It was a little stressful, but I'm hoping that they'll be ready soon. I also started to plan the book trailers for Lights On and the first Cramping Chronicles book, but as of yet I haven't done the audio or pictures and such. I'm still waiting on the covers for releases next year, but once I have them I'll be able to start doing some of the admin work for the book trailers and the cover reveals and all of that. It's a very exciting time of year for me. And in health, I had me put on the 18th and it went about as well as expected. I also had my first port flush since the surgery, and that went wonderfully. The positioning is great, and it may even mean that I can start to access and flush it myself in the coming months, which would mean less trips to hospital, and I'm always on board with that. I also saw my hospital doctor on the 16th and we discussed a number of things, including a few things to do with my sleep and seeing other doctors to see about having that explored further. And I had my flu jab on the 15th, which I always do every year because of my lungs, and that was a good thing. As well as that, I made it back to hydrotherapy, having had missed a few weeks because of my port, and that was amazing to get back in the water and into a new routine. I don't know how clear this is to people, but I can't always weight bear. Part of my condition is that I have temporary paralysis of both legs and a hell of a lot of pain, but once I'm in the water I have more control, can move with ease and can get some decent exercise as well as not stressing myself out too much. For the start we've stuck to 30-minute sessions, but we hope to slowly increase them to 45 minutes as the time goes on. And in the miscellaneous section, Miss D turned 15, which was awesome. It's so hard to believe that she is so grown up and time flies. I also had my hair did, and it's nice and short and purple again. I also got a few pictures of Miss Penn printed so that I still have her in my office. There's even one visible on the notice board behind me. I have one upstairs as well, so she's always with me even though she's no longer here. And with the holidays rapidly approaching, I'm getting ready to decorate my office for Christmas. So that's all I've been up to. So what about reviewing the goals that I set myself for September and October? Number 1 was to write 40 chapters, 20 of each book. And I have done this. I managed 40 chapters exactly, since I'm still on the reduced chapter count because of hydrotherapy taking up my Mondays, but that's not a bad thing. Number 2 is to read 35 books. I have also done this. Now, I wasn't sure if I would get this done because my reading slowed down in October, but I managed to read 20 books in September and just scraped through with about 18 in October, so that's awesome. Number 3, release Dying Thoughts 8th ending. Also done. It came out on October 9th and I was really happy with how it was received and the fact that Tower Story is now complete. Number 4, take one day off completely each month. Done. I had a ton of days off for either the hospital stuff or plain old days off to do nothing or hydrotherapy or the time off. Number 5, post to Insta and Twitter at least once a day through September and October. Also done. I found that I really love taking part in author confessions on Twitter, and I do love doing my Instagram post of the day. Number 6, start and finish beta rounds for Lights On. Done. I managed this through both August and September, and I've managed to get a whole lot of feedback, which was awesome. Number 7, do final edit for Lights On. Also done. I was able to get these edits done, and I'm happy with the result. Number 8, send Lights On to editor. Done. This was with my editor, or will be for November 1st, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she thinks of it. Number 9, plan covers for releases next year. This is not done. I plan to get this done as soon as possible, but with Penn's death and the aftermath, I just didn't get the time to nail things down, but it will be done in the next goals because I'm running out of time. And number 10, look into ads on Insta, Facebook, Amazon. Somewhat done. I didn't get as much time to look into these as I would have liked, so I'm only counting it as half done, which makes it 8.5 out of 10, so I'm going to still call that a win. And setting new ones for November and December. Number 1, write 40 chapters, 20 of each book. Number 2, read 35 books. Number 3, post to Insta and Twitter at least once a day through November and December. Number 4, take one day off completely each month. Number 5, do more research for ads. Number 6, plan covers for releases next year. Number 7, do edits for Lights On. Number 8, start planning blog and Friday posts for the first 4 months of 2020. Number 9, finish rough book trailers for all outstanding releases. And number 10, plan Authortube content for the first 4 months of 2020. So some of these I've started, but I haven't actually finished, but others are ones that I just haven't had a chance to do yet. So I'm really, really hopeful that I will be successful through November and December and see how things will go. So what are your goals for the coming 2 months or the coming quarter or the coming month? However you do goals, let me know down in the comments below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media and my books are available everywhere. And don't forget to pick up Dying Thoughts 8th ending and Lights On, all the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching and remember to keep writing. Bye.